My name is Jeanette Falu Bishop. I'm the Executive Director of Structure for Wounded Warriors, now known as Warriors in Recovery. And what we do is we provide injury and emotional recovery free of charge to our wounded warriors, veterans, and local officers injured while in the line of duty. So I am a military brat. My dad was served in the Army, and he was affected with Agent Orange. My husband is active duty Air Force, and my sister became a widow 6 months after she got married due to the VA hospital misdiagnosing her husband. They diagnosed him, his name is Jose Carillon, and they diagnosed him with gout because he was complaining about pain in his legs and his feet. No one ever tested his blood to give him that diagnosis. So one doctor diagnosed him, the other doctor upped his meds, the other doctor upped his meds, the other doctor upped his meds, and he continued to have pain. Well, he went into the hospital 5 days in a row telling them, I'm not feeling good, something's wrong, I'm not feeling good. They kept saying, oh, you're fine, you're just getting used to the medicine. The last day he went in, he was in excruciating pain. My sister took him to the hospital. An hour after he went in, he went blind, and 6 hours later, he passed away. So I got to see that, and I saw when they called it, and I saw the way that, they tried to resuscitate, and once they called it, how everyone just scattered. There was no I'm sorry, there was nothing. When we got the autopsy report back, we found that he never had gout. He didn't have anything that he needed medication for, so I refused to allow his death to continue to be a tragedy. I wanted to turn his death into a triumph, and I wanted people to remember his name. So through this organization, I'm able to do that and also help other families from having to go through what we had to go through.
My name is Christopher Bowman. I recently retired from the United States Air Force, 19 and a half years of service. Basically, I had a right eye twitch that I'd been ignoring, and providing briefings to general officers and teaching. They tend to not like me winking at them. So I finally went to a physician, and it undid what we like to refer to as Pandora's box. We came to find out my spine from the S1 all the way up to, I may mispronounce the occipital or whatever it's called. So basically my whole spine has damage injuries and has resulted in 2 surgeries, fusion in my neck area. Being an operator, we ignored our pains for so many years that it just increased the problem. It didn't get resolution, it just continued to get worse. Didn't want to ask for help, didn't seek for help, but the Warriors in Recovery program saw me out there hurting, even though I was lying to myself and ignoring it. They saw the pain and approached me and asked if I was open to try something new. Though I was hesitant and nervous, Jeanette did a great job in being calming, compassionate, understanding, and supportive, and earned my trust slowly. This young lady has been a blessing on my life and my family's life, and she's brought a program that there's just not enough time to explain what it's brought as far as value and what it's done to change my life. Okay, I want to thank every single one of you for being here. You took a chance to come out here and try something because you cared. And I think it's safe to say that I, as well as a lot of the other participants in this program, thank you. Because this is the type of thing that shows us you do care. It's not the words thank you, it's the actions that mean something to us. Because that's how we earned our bond, is by our actions. Some of my pains went away, and volunteers started reaching out to me to provide services that I was not receiving through military medicine. Insurance wouldn't approve, and I started receiving chiropractic care from Rocky Mountain Chiropractic, Dr. Laparco, and they found further injuries that military medicine was unaware of. During their care, went from the military continually medicating me and increasing the number of medications to now I'm down to 3 medications instead of the 7 or 8 that they had me on at one point. Rather than treating the symptoms, the program here at Warrior Warriors in Recovery ended up helping me heal. And by helping my pains and those reminders of my past, helped me come home spiritually, physically, and return to my family. I mean, you can't beat that.
My name is Israel Del Toro Jr. I'm a Master Sergeant in the U.S. Air Force, and I'm here for Structure for Wounded Warriors. I'm here to, this organization helps massage service members to relax, or also, like in my situation, with my scars, they contract, so they gotta massage and loosen them up, so I have more mobility in my body. But the way how I got my injury is, I was in Afghanistan in 2005, and IED hit my vehicle, and I received third-degree burns on over 80% of my body. From there, they gave me a 15% chance to live. Never gonna walk again. I'll be on a respirator for the rest of my life. And that was after being 4 months in a coma. They told me that when I woke up. And 2 months later, I was walking and breathing on my own. And now, I continue to serve. I'm the first 100% disabled airman ever to re-enlist. And it's been, 10 years since my injury. And I'm a little over a year left for my retirement to hit 20 years. So, I've come a long way from back in 2005 in December when I first got hurt. To have Janet and her organization be here to help out, it's an amazing feeling. Hopefully, sometimes guys just come back all stressed out, or in my situation, all scarred up, and being able to relax and have that massage there for you helps out a lot. For my case, softening my scars, and other guys' cases, if they have a hard time, easing up, this could help them ease up a little.
There's no way you can touch your ears. So let's just go and let's do a little counter strain. Too many therapists are trying to stretch muscles when you need to relax capsules. And then you stretch the capsule, then a little counter strain and stretch the capsule. Hi, I'm James Osleski. I'm an author and international lecturer. I travel all over the world and teach integrated manual therapy. Our specials are releasing the most complicated pain conditions in the world. The reason I'm here is my father and my brother had post-traumatic stress disorder from the Korean War and the Vietnam War, and their life was never the same. And one of the passions that drives me to be here for the Structure for Wounded Warriors in Recovery is that I don't believe our soldiers are getting the care that they deserve and need from our healthcare system. And it's not just the veterans that are going to their centers, it's the hospitals all over the world. And so what we're doing here is we're teaching people to treat everything from adhesive capsular patterns to fixated ribs, from bomb victims to amputees to you name it. And I'm gonna get a little emotional, but these people are giving us our freedom, and they're not getting the care they deserve in America or around the world. And so we're gonna just teach people to do the most advanced treatments possible and get people out of pain as quickly as possible to give them their life back so they can better interact with their family, with the community, with society. And my heart goes out to the Wounded Warriors. I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing seminars like this so we can change their lives fast, quick, and efficiently, both emotionally, spiritually, energetically, posturally, and structurally. And today we've brought about 25 therapists that are giving their heart and soul to treating complicated injuries in the soldiers that have injured themselves overseas, fighting for our country, sacrificing their lives, from bomb victims to amputees to whatever it is. It's our time to give back. So I feel very blessed to have the opportunity to direct the therapy that these soldiers truly desire and need to get them out of pain.
We wanted to present you with an award and a honorary member of Warriors in Recovery. Thank you for all that you do.
I speak all over the world, but I'm going to be choked up because what you guys do for our country is in the deepest part of my soul. My father and brother both came back from the war with post-traumatic stress disorder, and this is my way to give back. So this is the first of many blessings and opportunities that we have to help you guys. And thank you for serving this country. Thank you for our freedom. Thank you for giving of your health. And we are going to do everything possible to give back.
Halt. Present. Heart.
Oh, say, can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
Tim McDonough, age is 42. I've been medically retired since 2012 from the Air Force. I was a flying crew chief on C-5 Heavies. The biggest issue for us is we were flying home HRs, our human remains, and PTSD really started to get to me. On top of that, my body started breaking down. I have some damage to my C-spine, my shoulder, my elbow, my wrist, and my right hip, so it's all down that right side. My last surgery, I had my scapula pinned, and they told me I wouldn't be able to lift my arm above 90 degrees anymore. Said I wouldn't be able to do things. I got a list from the doc down in Bethesda of things I wouldn't be able to do, like archery, rock climbing, rowing, any of those things. And when I first met Jeanette, she said, you know, trust me, let me see what I can do. And she not only got my shoulder to unfreeze, she got me working to the point where when I left that first camp that I met her at, that became my list of stuff that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. That whole summer I started doing all those things. It was, you know, let's check off the list.
In 2012, I was involved in a car accident, unfortunately. I was T-boned by another vehicle that was going extremely fast, and I sustained a brain injury and multiple other minor injuries. I was up in Washington at Fairchild Air Force Base, and after about 2.5 years of therapy, rehabilitation, trying to get me back to my normal self, I was medically retired in August of 2015. Went to my first Air Force Wounded Warrior event in July, because I was on my terminal leave here in Colorado Springs, where I met Jeanette actually for the first time. And I was doing the horse training camp thing, but as part of that they had an obstacle course that we were all to do, and hurt my back at that, and she immediately took me in and massaged my back up, sent me out to one of her chiropractors here in Springs, and had me back the next day basically back to doing what I was doing. So it's kind of awesome like that.
My name is Kevin Sabata. I'm 32 years old, and what brings me here is so I was in Iraq and I was hit by a Humvee door on my lower left, and also I have Crohn's disease, so that sort of intertwines, and just on my lower left side, all on my left side, I ache and, you know, try to, I really don't know, but just try therapy and whatever, massages sort of help out. I met Jeanette last year at the trials, and she was actually helping me. After I got done swimming, I had a really bad cramp in my leg, and I was talking about how I was getting out, going through the medical board process, and she was telling me that she was from the Springs as well. And so I was telling her, it's like, well, I'm about to get out, and I have these issues with my back and with my Crohn's, and I was asking her if she knew of any chiropractic people. And so after I got back from the Nellis trials, she hooked me up with one of the local chiropractors, and they've been helping me ever since. So I've been in this program for almost a year now. So it's really helpful, really helpful. Jeanette's been a blessing in disguise.
The ultimate goal for this foundation is to help every warrior who, well, hopefully they won't have to need us. But right now is to get all the warriors that are in our program the care that they need. Currently, we're needing more funding. We don't have any grants and very little donations, so they can actually go to our website at www.warriorsinrecovery.org, and they can actually sponsor a warrior directly or donate towards the organization. These guys need the support. I'm so tired of people doing a bunch of lip service and saying, oh yeah, we support our troops. Well, how? How are you supporting them? How are you supporting them? These guys come home and they're forgotten. They come home and they're having such a hard time reintegrating into their families and into their jobs and into just life. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that we get them out of pain and we help them with their depression, and we truly, the war doesn't end when they're there. The war is still in them when they come home, and I want to help to end that war with them here.